Have you ever noticed how some people, some situations, or even certain corners of the internet seem to feed on your every reaction? The more you get angry, frustrated, or upset, the more they thrive. It's as if your energy is their power source, and every time you bite, every time you respond impulsively, you're handing them the control. Think about it. How many times have you walked away from a comment section, a heated argument, or a toxic conversation feeling drained, small, or off balance? That exhaustion isn't just in your head. It's a real transfer of energy, and it's happening whether you realize it or not. Picture this. You post an opinion online, something you genuinely care about, and within minutes, someone jumps in to criticize you. Their words sting, your heart races, your palms sweat, and suddenly, your focus is no longer on creating or living your life, it's on reacting. That's the trap. That moment of emotional hijacking is exactly where their power grows. You feel compelled to defend yourself, explain, argue, or even lash out. And with every response, you unknowingly pour fuel into their fire. This isn't just a digital phenomenon, it happens in real life too. A coworker makes a cutting remark. A family member undermines you. A friend criticizes your choices. In every case, if your first instinct is to react emotionally, you are giving someone else control over your mental and emotional state. And here's the cruel truth. Most of us don't even notice it. We think we're standing our ground, proving a point, or expressing our feelings authentically. But in reality, the person or situation we're reacting to isn't even thinking about our well-being. They're simply enjoying the energy we've provided. There's a reason memes about trolls and online fights resonate so strongly. They're dramatized examples of a much deeper psychological dynamic. It's human nature to notice, respond, and escalate, but it's also a natural avenue for others to exploit. Now, let's talk about what's happening inside you when this happens. Your body spikes with adrenaline, your brain releases cortisol, your heart races, and you're momentarily trapped in a cycle of emotional turbulence. This is what makes reacting feel almost irresistible. Your brain interprets emotional arousal as engagement, as importance. You feel compelled to act. The more intense the stimulus, the more intense your reaction, and the more powerful the person or situation becomes. It's subtle, insidious, and extremely effective. They don't even have to speak to you in person most of the time. Just knowing they can get a reaction from you is enough to strengthen their influence in your life. But here's the thing. This cycle can be broken. The first step is awareness, and you're already taking it by reading these words, by paying attention to the way your reactions are manipulated. Awareness alone doesn't feel like victory yet. You're still in the trenches of emotional warfare, but it is a starting line. Imagine if, instead of reacting impulsively, you paused. Instead of giving them a piece of your emotional energy, you simply observed, detached, and chose your response consciously. That tiny shift, that fraction of control, changes everything. Suddenly, the power isn't theirs anymore. It's yours. They no longer thrive on your emotional fuel because you've stopped providing it. Think about the relief of walking away from a heated conversation and feeling unshaken, knowing that no one else can steal your peace. Imagine scrolling past a provocative post online without even feeling a spark of irritation, without the urge to prove yourself or fight back. That's what starving the power looks like. It's not about suppressing emotion or ignoring reality. It's about choosing where your energy goes, deciding who deserves it, and refusing to allow manipulation to dictate your mood. In the next part, we'll explore exactly why reacting gives others power, why this dynamic happens over and over in our lives, and what the hidden psychological levers are that keep us trapped in this exhausting loop. Once you understand that, you'll begin to see how easily control can be reclaimed. And trust me, once you learn how to do it, the transformation is liberating. You won't just survive these interactions, you'll thrive, fully in command of your own energy. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to grow stronger every time you lose your cool? It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's a fundamental principle of human psychology. Emotional reactions are fuel for others. Every time you get pulled into drama, every time you let anger, frustration, or fear dictate your response, you are handing away a piece of your power. And the truth is, most of us do it automatically, like we're wired to participate in a game we didn't even know we were playing. Let's step back and look at it through contrast. Imagine two scenarios. In the first, Someone sends a cutting comment about your work. Your chest tightens, your fingers twitch, and before you know it, you're typing a long, defensive reply. You reread it, make edits, hit send, and then spend the next hour obsessing over how it will be perceived. You feel drained, jittery, unsettled, and worse, you're still emotionally tied to someone who might not even care about the outcome. That's how reacting gives them power. That energy you spent defending yourself didn't just vanish, it literally strengthened their control over your mental space. Now, consider a different response. The same comment comes in, but this time, you pause. You notice the irritation rising, acknowledge it internally, and decide not to feed it. You breathe, maybe step away, and continue your day. Your emotional state remains intact. The person who tried to provoke you finds no satisfaction, no engagement, no fuel. The power dynamic has shifted without a word spoken. This contrast isn't theoretical. It's observable in daily life, in workplaces, in families, in online interactions. The same person or situation can either thrive or diminish depending entirely on your reaction. So why does this happen? Psychologists call it emotional reinforcement. Humans are wired to seek responses. They feel rewarded when others react to them. The more dramatic the reaction, the stronger the reinforcement. It's dopamine at work. Every time you react, you become part of a feedback loop. Your emotion fuels them, they escalate, you respond again, and so on. Social media, for example, exploits this instinct ruthlessly. Algorithms are designed to show content that triggers outrage or strong emotions, knowing you'll react, share, or comment, and in turn, reward the creator with attention. In real life, manipulative individuals use the same principle to gain influence, control, or validation. But it's not just external manipulation. This pattern also traps you psychologically. When you react, your brain interprets it as engagement, as significance, as necessity. That's why you can't stop replaying an argument in your mind, why a single negative comment can dominate your thoughts for hours, even days. Your mental energy is being drained without your conscious consent. The irony is painful. You believe you're standing up for yourself, yet you're unknowingly feeding the very thing that unsettles you. Here's where the emotional tension deepens. Think of all the ways this plays out in real life. A coworker undermines you in a meeting. A friend posts something critical on social media. A family member dismisses your feelings. Each instance creates a trap. If you react impulsively, you give away your calm, your confidence, your clarity. If you hold back, you feel frustrated or fearful about whether you should act at all. It's a lose-lose on the surface, but only if you stay unaware of the psychological mechanics. Awareness changes the game. Understanding this is powerful because it reframes the problem. The issue isn't the person, the comment, or the situation itself, it's your reaction to it. Once you recognize that the power resides in your response, you start seeing patterns instead of chaos. You notice the triggers that consistently steal your energy, and you understand why certain people or circumstances keep succeeding in draining you. This is the key insight. They cannot control you without your participation. Your emotional fuel is voluntary, and once you realize that, the potential for liberation begins. Now, let's explore the subtle ways people exploit this. In the workplace, it might be the colleague who constantly tests your patience, pushing buttons to see if you'll lash out. In personal life, it could be a manipulative family member whose criticism always lands. Online, it's trolls, commenters, or even vile content designed to provoke outrage. Across all scenarios, the mechanism is identical. They provoke a reaction, and your reaction empowers them. This is why some conflicts seem endless, why some individuals continue to dominate the narrative or control the atmosphere. They are fueled by your attention, your emotion, your engagement. By the end of this, the lesson becomes clear. Awareness alone is not enough, but it's a foundation. You need to see the psychological levers at work, feel the cost of reacting impulsively, and understand the contrast between giving energy and withholding it. Only then can you begin to take conscious steps to reclaim your power. The first moment you pause, the first time you resist the urge to feed their fire, is the first time you truly own your emotional landscape. And that ownership is transformative. Once you internalize this, the tension shifts from feeling powerless to feeling alert, from frustration to strategy, from being manipulated to being empowered. You begin to notice that most attacks or provocations have no inherent power. They only exist because you assign it. And that realization is where true freedom begins. In the next part, we will move from understanding to actionable strategies, showing exactly how to starve their power and reclaim your life, step by step. Now that you understand why reacting gives others power, it's time to flip the script. Imagine what life would feel like if you could stop feeding their fire. If every provocation, insult, or drama no longer drain your energy. This isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending nothing bothers you. It's about reclaiming control over your reactions, turning the tables, and using your energy deliberately. The truth is, your reaction is a choice, and mastering it is the single most effective way to starve their power. The first step is awareness, but the second is pausing before reacting. When you feel that familiar spike of irritation, anger, or anxiety, give yourself a moment, a brief, conscious pause. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath, counting to 10, or even walking away for a few minutes. This isn't weakness, it's strategy. Every pause interrupts the automatic cycle that gives them control. Think of it like a fire. Your reaction is fuel, and the pause is a bucket of water. You can extinguish the flames before they escalate. This simple technique alone shifts the power dynamic dramatically. Next comes emotional detachment, not indifference. Detachment means observing your feelings without letting them dictate your actions. It's recognizing, yes, this situation triggers me, but I don't have to hand over my energy. Imagine standing in the rain with an umbrella. The storm exists, the rain falls, but you remain dry because you're prepared. Detachment doesn't mean you're cold or uncaring. It means you're choosing where your energy goes. When you practice this consistently, manipulative tactics lose their effectiveness because they no longer provoke an automatic, emotional reaction. The third step is setting boundaries without guilt. Boundaries are essential to protecting your emotional space. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, criticizes you, or tries to provoke a reaction, you must define limits, whether it's physical, digital, or emotional distance. This could mean limiting interactions, muting toxic conversations, or asserting yourself calmly and firmly. Many people hesitate here because they fear confrontation or rejection. But consider this. Allowing someone to repeatedly steal your energy is far more damaging than the temporary discomfort of asserting your limits. Boundaries are not just protective, they are empowering. Another powerful technique is redirecting your energy toward growth. Instead of spending hours replaying arguments, responding to every provocation, or obsessing over criticism, invest that energy in something meaningful. Learning, creating, exercising, or building relationships that truly nurture you. This is where the transformation happens. What once fueled others now fuels your own life. Over time, this creates a feedback loop where you become stronger, more confident, and increasingly resilient, while those who once thrived on your reactions lose their grip. A practical, modern extension of this is digital and social media management. Social platforms are designed to provoke, manipulate, and exploit attention. Consider curating your feed, unfollowing accounts that consistently trigger negative emotions, and limiting time spent on reactive scrolling. Every click, comment, or share is an opportunity to either give your energy away or keep it for yourself. Taking control of this digital space is a small but impactful way to starve the power of external provocations. Stories help make this real. Take Lisa, for example, a professional constantly undermined by a manipulative coworker. For months, she responded emotionally, losing sleep and confidence. Once she implemented these strategies, pausing before responding, detaching from personal attacks, asserting boundaries, and focusing her energy on her own projects, her stress diminished, her performance improved, and a coworker's influence over her vanished. Lisa's experience shows that the moment you choose your reaction consciously, the balance of power shifts entirely. It's also crucial to recognize the psychological reinforcement loop at work. Every reaction releases dopamine and engages your brain in a pattern of emotional escalation. By pausing, detaching, and redirecting, you interrupt that loop. You retrain your brain to respond deliberately rather than reflexively. The more consistently you do this, the more automatic calm becomes, and the less likely you are to fall into reactive traps. In a sense, you're not just starving external power, You're rewiring your own mind for resilience and control. These steps might seem simple on paper, but in practice, they are revolutionary. Most people never learn them, which is why reactive patterns persist for years. But the good news is that consistency compounds quickly. Each moment you pause instead of reacting, each boundary you assert, each instance of redirected energy strengthens your mental immunity. Over time, the dramatic triggers that once hijacked your attention become almost powerless. You begin to operate from a place of calm authority rather than emotional volatility. Finally, remember this: starving their power isn't about winning an argument or proving a point. It's about taking your life back, protecting your peace, and using your energy wisely. Every day presents opportunities to practice, refine, and strengthen this skill. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes, until one day, you'll realize you're no longer feeding anyone's fire. You're fully in control of your own flame. That control is not just freedom, it's power. And once you master these strategies, the next section becomes even more meaningful. Envisioning a life where your emotional energy is completely yours, unassailable, and fully directed toward growth, joy, and impact. That's the transformation everyone seeks, but only a few achieve. Now imagine a life where your reactions are entirely your own, where no one, neither a manipulative coworker, a critical family member, nor an online troll, can steal your energy or dictate your mood. This isn't a distant dream, it's entirely within your grasp. Every pause, every boundary, every moment of conscious detachment compounds, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, you reclaim control. The people and situations that once thrived on your emotional fuel suddenly lose their influence. They become powerless, not because they've changed, but because you have. This is the moment where freedom meets empowerment. When you stop reacting impulsively, when you starve their power, you experience a shift that is both internal and external. Inside, there's calm, clarity, and a deep sense of mastery over your own mind. Outside, you operate with a presence that commands respect without aggression. People notice it, subtle, yet undeniable. They realize their attempts to provoke you fail because you have become unshakable, because you now wield the one thing no one can take without your consent: your emotional energy. And here's the most important insight: your reaction is a tool, not a liability. Until now, it may have been exploited against you, turned into fuel for others. But when you take full ownership, it transforms into a source of strength, creativity, and influence. Every time you respond thoughtfully, every time you remain calm in the face of provocation, you're not just protecting yourself, you're teaching the world how to engage with you. You're setting a standard that cannot be ignored, a standard rooted in self-respect and intentional energy use. The beauty of this transformation is that it's cumulative. Each choice you make, pausing instead of reacting, detaching instead of absorbing, focusing instead of spiraling, builds momentum. Soon, life stops feeling like a series of traps and starts feeling like a series of opportunities. Challenges that once drained you now become tests of your resilience. Conflicts that once escalated into chaos are now navigated with composure and strategy. You are no longer at the mercy of external triggers, you are master of your inner world. This is not just theory. It is a daily practice, a habit that compounds into profound transformation. It requires discipline, awareness, and courage, but the payoff is extraordinary. Imagine waking up every day with the confidence that your peace cannot be stolen, that your energy is fully yours to invest in growth, joy, and meaningful connection. Imagine carrying that calm into work, into relationships, into social spaces, and watching the world respond differently because you have fundamentally changed how you engage. So, commit to this today. Start small if you must. One pause, one boundary, one conscious redirection of energy. But start. Each step is a step toward reclaiming your power, toward living a life where your reactions no longer feed someone else's agenda. They feed your purpose, your growth, and your happiness. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize that the moments that once consumed you are now mere whispers of a past you have left behind. This is the ultimate truth. Your reaction is your power. Guard it, wield it, and direct it wisely. Because the moment you stop giving your energy away, the moment you choose consciously, your life changes in ways that no one else can dictate. You are no longer a participant in their game. You are the author of your own story. And that story? It is unshakable, unstoppable, and entirely yours.